Hey everyone, I'm Evangeline here at eTrailer. Today I'm going to be showing you how to install the Pace Edwards WeatherGate Tailgate seal. This is something that a lot of people get along with their tonneau cover because they're already sealing off the top of their truck bed, but they also want to seal off the gaps between their tailgate and their truck bed so that much less moisture and dirt can come in. This will fit along these sides. It does require a little bit of cutting and a little bit moving things around, so I'm going to guide you through that process. Today we're going to be installing this on a 2025 Ford F-250, but no matter what type of truck you do have, the concept is going to be the same. You'll just have to cut things a little differently. Included in this kit is going to be your weather seal, as well as some alcohol prep pads just to help clean your truck. Not included, but I do recommend grabbing, is a pair of scissors, or you can use a utility knife. I prefer the scissors for a straighter cut. You're going to start by orienting on the truck where you may want to put the weather seal. So with the tailgate closed, you're able to see the gaps along this side where you want the seal to close up. With the tailgate lowered, right, like as we have here today, I have the weather seal, and I can also push it up against the truck just to visualize where this will go and where I may need to cut to go around different obstacles on the truck. Make sure this is oriented the proper way. So you want this right side up and not upside down. Upside down is where the thin part faces the truck bed, and the right side up is the thin part faces the tailgate, and the large part faces the truck bed. Now that we know where we're going to go, we can prep the surface with an alcohol wipe, and you can see where the dirt's coming off on our truck bed. So less dirt means better adhesion. The first piece you're going to cut is along the bottom of that tailgate. So you're going to measure from sidewall to sidewall. This is easiest done with a measuring tape, and then just cut according to that measurement. You want to make sure you're hitting all the way to the very end of that wall by the tailgate. Using scissors to cut does help you get a nice straight line. We can then take the orange cover off of our adhesive strip on our seal and then place this against that sidewall. Now as we push in, we want to make sure this lines up on our truck bed. So the flat part of that bulb needs to line up with the flat part of the truck bed. After you've installed the seal, just go ahead and double check your work by closing a tailgate on it and seeing if the seal is being compressed. There are still gaps along the side of the truck bed, so we're going to put the seal along the side, lining it up to right underneath the stopper, and then cut this right there. For the sidewall, since our goal here is that the bulb compresses along the side, you want to make sure that the large part of the bulb is again towards the truck bed and the tape is towards your taillight. This next step here, I do highly recommend playing around a little bit more than usual, simply because this top corner is where you'll have a lot of differences in fits for different trucks, especially if you have different types of tonneau covers. So some people put their seal like this because they have a large gap between the tailgate and the bed. For us, we were not able to close the tailgate in this position. Other people put their seals like this, or like that, depending on their tonneau cover fit. What we found to still work, in meaning we could still close the tailgate and this wasn't overly compressed, was in this orientation here. So definitely play around it a little bit, close your tailgate a couple times before fully committing to the fit. Going over all of your seals, if you find that maybe they're a little wonky or you need to move things, you can just go ahead and pull it off and just readjust and push it right back in, making sure to push down on that thin portion because that's where the adhesive is. It will take about 5 minutes for it to fully seal, so Once that is done, that's when you can then close your tailgate on the seal. That looks good. And then you'll be able to compare the gaps you saw earlier with how it looks like now that the seal is in place. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us here at eTrailer. But today, this was a look at the Pace Edwards WeatherGate Tailgate seal.